Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Jim Hardy. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Auburn got a huge game against the Tennessee Volunteers on Saturday. Jim and I will look at that game a little bit and preview that. Of course, it's going to be a huge weekend all the way around. Auburn having a junior day. This is kind of the big cat of juniors, the junior class for this Auburn football team. It's going to be it's shaping up to be a phenomenal weekend and a gathering of elite talent there, and kind of culminating in that Auburn-Tennessee game on Saturday night. So hopefully that will go well, and that will kind of cement the deal for a lot of these guys. We'll see, but it's going to be a fantastic weekend on the Plains. A lot to talk about today. Auburn adds a special teams coach yesterday. We talked about that a little bit. Reiterate that a little bit. Take a look what this coaching staff is going to look like now moving forward as opposed to last year. And the transfer portal over?
Over.
No more? Really? Question mark? Question mark? I don't know. But it seems like what's the point of the transfer portal now that we've seen maybe some new developments toward that. We'll talk about that a little bit. But that's just kind of the way things move now in college football. It just kind of nobody says much about it. Things just kind of happen, and things move at a pretty quick pace. So just some scheduling as far as that moving forward. You know, normally you would see the students out there camping out at Neville Arena, trying to get into a game, trying to get in line for a game like this, of this magnitude, or trying to get into game day, as they will be at Neville Arena tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. No camping out tonight. Forbidden.
Do you really think a college student's going to listen to that?
Well, I don't know if they're going to have somebody out there, making them. But it is going to drop, I think, below freezing. It's supposed to be like 24 tonight or so. So they don't want anybody. Look,
I get it, but I just know college students.
Well, I also know college students, and there would be some libation.
Yes.
And so you would figure maybe a fire might get started, and at some point, or somebody might bring a heater.
I kind of, we're in the South as well.
There could be a large fire or something. So.
Well, usually in a parking lot like that, though, there's not a big, you may catch the tent on fire. Other than that, a lot of things that's going to go down.
Yeah, but there might be people in the tent.
Oh, well, that's true.
That might be the problem.
That's true, yeah. We don't want to catch Neville on fire.
No. That would not be good.
We'd have to walk across and let Beard Eves play a ball game again.
How about that? But yeah, so apparently that Auburn is saying, due to some extreme cold weather, no overnight camping.
I don't know how you're going to police that, and I also don't know when do you put a line out there that says, okay, when it comes above freezing Friday morning, go get in line.
All right, here's the schedule.
Okay.
All right. Friday, that it would be today, 3 o'clock, swimming and diving versus Alabama
indoors.
In the Aquatic Center.
Yeah.
That one's indoors.
Heated pool, so
no problem there.
Yeah.
But the swimming and diving versus Alabama, anytime you have anything versus Alabama, that's a big deal. 6:30 tonight, gymnastics student line. It opens to get into they're having a gymnastics meet tonight. Auburn is number 12 in the country. They're 7-1 on the season. So the line forms at 6:30 tonight for gymnastics.
Right.
Yeah, gymnastics doors open at 7, so you can get in there at Neville. 8:30 is when actually it will begin tonight, Auburn versus Oregon State. Oregon State is number 9 in the country, so number 9 versus number 12, big-time gymnastics meet tonight. That has become kind of a must-see event at Auburn. They sell out the arena for gymnastics now, which that's kind of odd to say, but that's kind of become a regularity. So that's 8:30 tonight. Tomorrow morning, 6:30 in the morning, college game day line opens for students. All right, so if you want to get in line for Neville Arena, it starts at 6:30 in the morning tomorrow. The doors open at 7 for the general public to get in to watch game day. 7:30 to 10, ESPN Sports Center. You'll have all kind of, I guess, highlights there from Neville Arena. And then from 10 to 11, you'll have College Game Day Live. Free admission for all that's involved. But, if you're, one of those students that wants to go ahead and get in line and try to get in there, 6:30 in the morning.
Would you like me to tell you where it's going to be at 6:30 in the morning? I just
Please.
looked her up on the old weather bug here. 23 degrees.
23 degrees.
Yeah.
In Auburn, Alabama.
In Auburn, Alabama on Saturday morning.
Well,
it's going to go up to 50 during the day, but when you get in that line at 6 a.m., it ain't getting above freezing until after around lunchtime.
How are you going to prevent people from getting in line at 6 o'clock?
Correct.
Or 5:30?
Correct.
Or so
Now, I get it that you're going
bring your hot chocolate and coffee, I guess, but
you're going to monitor them at least for a day because of the gymnastics is going to give you a little buffer there.
Yeah. That
people can't stand in line all night. But I bet you there's some college kids that try it, hide in some bushes or something over there and see what's that. But it's not. Yeah, it will be 22 there tonight. It'll be 23 there Saturday morning.
So it's going to be a cold morning either way.
Yes.
Whether you want to stand it or you're going to be standing in the line.
You better be bundled up to stand in line.
Now, after game day, which ends at 11, basketball student line begins at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You got to get there, pretty early. Game doesn't start till 7:30, but the line begins at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock it'll be, like you said, up to
today? 4 o'clock or?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You said it'd be like 50.
Let me tell you.
Is the high tomorrow, right?
Hold on. I'll give it to you real quick. 4 o'clock on Friday is 41 degrees.
Okay, 41 degrees.
Yeah.
And then 6 o'clock is when the doors open.
And it's 23 Saturday morning with a 3-mile-an-hour northeast wind.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You better love some basketball.
Yeah. And then the game, of course, begins at 7:30 against Tennessee tomorrow night. So, again, 6:30 a.m. if you want to get in line.
You mean Saturday night's the ball game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, you want to get in line for college game day, 6:30 in the morning. No camping out tonight there at Neville Arena. At least that's what Auburn is intending for it to be. So there you go. And then, the basketball line for the student line for the game is at 4 o'clock. And for everybody else, doors open at 6 o'clock. We'll see what happens with that. It's going to be a cold night either way.
I guarantee you.
And now, if I was a younger man back in the day, I probably would have braved that.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. College students, especially some with a little liquid encouragement in them, they're going to get out there and try to brave it.
What's the coldest you've ever camped out?
Well, now, I'm a hunter. So, I mean, I've literally been out in the woods in single digits. I've been on the front of a boat in single digits fishing in Lake Martin. So
you've been on a boat?
On a boat.
In single digits?
Fishing in Lake Martin. Yep. Fished a tournament, matter of fact. It started in single digits, and I think it ended up somewhere in the low 30s at the end of the day by the time we were done, but it was in single digits to start. So, little on the wild side.
I can't imagine a more miserable experience. than being on the water.
Well, it's all in perspective, because if we're sitting here talking about football and people love it, Ohio State, they get out there and brave that cold to go watch a ball game.
They do.
If you love fishing, you just get out there and you realize.
That was what, 3 or 4 hours?
Fishing?
Yeah.
Oh, no, like 8?
8 hours?
Yeah, it's 8-hour tournament day. Wow. So you literally start before daylight, so you would be feasibly getting in the water at, say, 5, and the tournaments are usually over at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then you have to weigh your fishing. So you've sat in it all. You've sat 9 hours in below freezing temperatures, to enjoy fishing.
My goodness. Do you have a motorcycle helmet?
You do when you ride from place to place, because that can really freeze you up a little bit if you don't.
I would imagine that would, you get a little frostbite for that.
Yeah, that's you definitely. See, that's the great thing about fishing as a sport. It gets you to enjoy the environment.
I camped out one time with a buddy. I don't know what the official temperature was, but I will tell you this: we were out there most of the night in the woods. Got pretty cold. Came back. Got in my car, which was in my driveway, and my 86 Grand Am. Woke up the next morning, and because of the condensation breathing in there were literally little small icicles on the inside of the windshield. So it was that cold.
Yeah, it was chilly.
So that was, but that's about as cold as that's as cold as I've ever braved it. You're a brave man. I salute you.
Well, you gotta love what you do.
Yeah, that's for sure. We got to take our first break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Get ready to rev up your fall with Adams Motorsports in Montgomery. This season, experience the thrill of the open road like never before. From sleek motorcycles to powerful ATVs to versatile side-by-sides, we've got everything you need to fuel your passion for adventure. Whether Polaris, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, Adams sells and services the best. Go to where the journey begins. Visit us today or online for more information. From East Alabama's first family of power sports, Adams Motorsports of Montgomery.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check them out. Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. Take your choice of brand new 2024 Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off, or 0% financing plus no payments till springtime. Here at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation, focusing on the heating on these last couple of days and the next couple of days. Give them a call today. Sensagreen, for air that's fresh and clean. Call Sensagreen, 334-487-3555. J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job's too big. No job is too small. Construction or commercial or residential, construction or excavation. Whatever your needs might be, give them a call. They will be willing to help you out. They are burning up the roads, doing all kind of things. And again, no job's too small, so give them a call. Russell Do-It Center. They got 9 locations around central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center. Today, you'll be glad that you did. They can beat the big box store. All right, Jim. Auburn and Tennessee, number 6 versus number 1. Auburn has had good fortune versus Tennessee over the last, basically really since Bruce Pearl has been at Auburn. He's got a winning record. I think he's 9-6, I think, against Tennessee since he's been at Auburn. I think we've won maybe the last 4 straight, I think, maybe, against Tennessee. I'll take that back. That may be in Neville Arena. We're 4-1, I think. But have blown them out a couple of times. One in the SEC title game, there in Bridgestone, and I think one time in Tennessee a couple of years ago, like in that 2020 season when we were closing it out. But Auburn has handled Tennessee pretty well. This is a very good Tennessee team. However, they have dropped a couple of games. One on the road at Florida. I mean, they got absolutely hammered in that game, 73-43, and then they lost on the road at Vanderbilt, which was kind of surprising. So maybe on the road they tend to struggle. That might be a good sign. Mike says, is Broom going to play? The word is, unless there's a setback, Janai Broom is going to play in this game. That's the word that I'm getting so far. So that would be a nice boost for him. Now, how much will he play? I don't think they're going to put him out there for 30 minutes. I think they're probably going to try to ease him back into things.
Yeah, I don't think with the level of injury that he had, I don't think you can afford to put that ankle under that much work, that quickly.
No. So, rightly so. You want to be careful with him. Like I said all along, look, I mean, you want him in March. That's what's most important, not necessarily in January. So that being said, this Auburn basketball team handled Mississippi State at home. They handled Georgia on the road without him. They handled the second half of South Carolina without him. I'd rather see Auburn with Janai Broome than without him, but if the must, that's fine. Let him get in there and just get his feet wet a little bit and see how he moves around, see how that ankle feels. I think that's certainly kind of how they'll go. But as of right now, I think the word is that he is planning on playing. When you look at this Tennessee team, very good defensively, much like Auburn, only allowing their opponents 20.7 field goals a game. Auburn's averaging 31, almost 32 field goals a game. So Auburn almost 51% field goal percentage. Now a lot of that's due to a guy like Janai Broome being in the game because he's shooting a lot of short, 2-foot shots. Without him in the game, that field goal percentage probably goes down a little bit. But 3-pointers per game, Auburn makes basically 10 3-pointers a game. Tennessee makes about 9 a game. So that's kind of a wash. How many are your opponents making? That's one of the going to be very interesting. Tennessee only allowing 25%, 26% basically 3-point shooting from behind the arc from their opponents. Auburn has been very good at that this year, almost 38% from behind the arc. So that's going to be one of the factors to really watch. That's kind of what puts this Auburn team over the top is their shooting behind the arc this year. If Tennessee can hold Auburn below their average, that's going to, especially depending on how much Janai Broome plays, that's really going to be a factor in the game. One of the things that I'm concerned about, Auburn doesn't get to the free throw line nearly as much as I would like for them to. Mm-hmm. You look at Tennessee, their opponents, they're only sending them to the line about 10 times a game. Auburn's actually sending their opponents to the line almost 15 times a game. That could be a big deal in this game, free throws, certainly down the stretch. So, the numbers, I think, are kind of a wash when you look at it, but it's kind of interesting. Auburn and Tennessee have played a lot of the same teams early in this season, and you have a decent kind of a comparison for how they, handled each team. So we'll take a look at that a little bit more when we come back. Love to hear from you. 256-234-6221. How do you feel about Auburn and Tennessee this weekend in Neville Arena? Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
The results are in, and Game Day Men's Health in Auburn has delivered. The certified medical team at Game Day Men's Health wants to help you feel better. Text 334-209-3706 to set up your free testosterone check and consult. Results back in as little as 15 minutes. Tired of feeling tired? Text 334-209-3706 to Game Day Men's Health in Auburn. They make you feel better.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Go and check out our social media. Go to our YouTube page. Go and subscribe to that if you would, and hit the like button. We appreciate that so very much. You can check us out on on Facebook as well. The Sports Blitz Facebook page. And we would appreciate you can comment away. We'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the show on there and on YouTube. But you can give us a call the old-fashioned way as well, 256-234-6221. I'd like to remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, another great sponsor we have here on the Auburn Blitz. They got daily lunch specials. You can go and check out their website and see what the lunch special of the day is. SteaksInWine.com. That's just a letter N in there, SteaksInWine.com. They also got a wide variety of steaks and ribs and steak burgers, Kaneka burgers, tiger tails. Got probably the best selection of wine in the Auburn market. So for 2 locations, Montgomery there at Pepper Tree and Auburn on East Glen. That's Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Again, just the food is absolutely delicious. The people there are wonderful. So go and check them out today. You'll be glad that you did. We're talking about the Auburn and Tennessee game. Number 1 Auburn Tigers, your Auburn Tigers, the unanimous number 1 team on the AP poll. First time that's ever happened in Auburn history. But never gets old to say that.
Yeah.
They'll take on number 6 Tennessee. So this may be one of the bigger games ever in Neville Arena. Now, Neville Arena's only been around for, a certain, what was that, 2000, was it 13?
Yeah, that's what I was almost about to say, 14.
Somewhere around like that.
Yeah.
So that, this may be the biggest game maybe ever there. And I want to say the last time Auburn lost in Neville Arena was last year against Kentucky, kind of late in the season. But they don't lose many at Neville Arena.
It's a pretty big deal, too, when game day is going to show up.
Yes, no doubt about it. And Auburn, again, the only team in the country that game day has come to for 5 straight years.
That's something pretty stout.
It's kind of surreal.
Well, and that's,
rightly so, because it's one of the best environments
Sure.
in all of college basketball.
Well, that, when you see them reaching out and coming for football games or coming for basketball games, they realize the market is there for the South.
Yeah.
I think the guys covered it a little bit this morning on their podcast about the viewer numbers for the national championship. Well, those numbers have always been way higher when teams from the South were involved. And ESPN and ABC and everybody else knows that. The South supports athletics. So, if you want to get viewership, watch the viewership on this Auburn-Tennessee game and see what it is. There's people going to watch it and going to show out and show up and stand in the cold to go inside and see it.
Did they ever say what the ratings were for the?
Yeah, it was 21 point something million, or like right at 22 million. And that was, I think Brett quoted it this morning, out of all of the championship games so far, they've kept it. This was like number 23 out of all of them.
It seemed like the top ones were like in the 30s.
30s, yes, low 30s, yeah. Yeah, in comparison, it was the.
That's surprising a little bit with Notre Dame and Ohio State, 2 teams of that magnitude.
Yeah, but you think about it as
national fan base.
Well, again, think about it in this sense of it though. They compared, and I think they'd used the number to the NFL championship game or the Super Bowl was like 100 million or over 100.
Yeah.
Well, those are also towns, states that have professional programs as well. We don't have one in the state of Alabama. So if you're in Ohio State, you got the Bengals sitting there with you that you may be, college football may be fun to you, but it ain't everything.
Yeah. And what say you? We talked about that yesterday. About you think the timing of it is just too late? You think it needs to be earlier?
I think
on a Saturday, maybe that is
college. I don't know so much I would like to see the timing sooner because you're running right into spring ball.
Yeah.
And now, if teams like Auburn that didn't get a chance to go into playoffs or a bowl game, they're ready for spring because they're ready to get back to practice. Well, when you've had kids at Ohio State that have played all year, practiced all year, and just got done, and now you're at coach, you're asking me in a month to go back to spring ball. That's a little quick.
Yeah.
But I am of the take on it that it was the timing, not early or late. It was the timing of you put it in the middle of everything, like you put the inauguration, the biggest change that you could make in a country, and you put it on the same day as that. The headlines were not to watch that ball game.
Yeah.
You had another head football coach that was on there, the Trumpster, and he was throwing out passes all over the place that people were watching that weren't tuned in that ball game.
And the Super Bowl has become, the NFL got, and granted, the sport itself lends itself to interest from around it doesn't matter who you are.
Well, it's a worldwide.
Men, women, and the Super Bowl has become a worldwide wide event.
Yes.
That people watch. 100 million, like you said, 100
Yeah,
million.
because you think about it, you and I have been following football as long as we've been alive. A national championship game versus a Super Bowl. They're literally old ladies that have cooked dishes and soups and stuff on the Super Bowl day just because they want everybody to come to the house and hang out they don't care nothing about that ball game, but they host a ton of people at the church, at the school for the Super Bowl. You don't hear them doing that for the national championship game.
That's odd.
Yeah.
It really, and I think one reason for that is because it's on a Monday night.
That's right.
Whether everybody's kind of got. It's on a Sunday.
Right.
Super Bowl Sunday. Everybody's kind of free.
Right.
On a Sunday night. Most people.
Well, that's you've said it perfectly. You've put it into a spot where it has no competition.
Yeah.
It is the thing to do. Everybody else is going to revolve their calendar around it, and they've marketed it so well, like I said, that people want to have Super Bowl parties. When's the last time you heard of a national championship party, unless you were from that school?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good point. We'll see what tweaks they make to the college football playoff this upcoming year, but I would imagine there will be some certainly to be made to it. Again, Auburn and Tennessee tonight. Saturday night. What am I saying? Saturday night it starts 7:30 on ESPN. Number 6 versus number 1. Auburn. It should be a phenomenal game, and hopefully Auburn can really get that one done, because it's going to be an enormous junior day for this Auburn football program, bringing in 20-something, I think, 4- and 5-star recruits we're talking about going to be in Auburn. These are all going to be juniors this year. So you go ahead and get the inroads, go ahead and start making the inroads now while they are juniors in high school, and maybe I don't know what's it going to be like in college football in 2 years from now.
Well,
if we're thinking about what it's evolving by the minute. It seems like
if it's evolving like we talked about when the program started about the transfer portal possibly being no more, then me and you both don't have any idea what it's going to be a year from now.
No.
If they end the portal.
Well, we'll make reference to that when we come back. The transfer portal, is it done? We'll kind of elaborate on that. We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone, 256-750-0381, or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com, and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit alagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. The transfer portal. Apparently, obviously at the end of the year, there is a window that you can enter the transfer portal. And then, there was one at the end of spring. I think they've already kind of, had shortened that, right?
Yes,
they had,
10 days, I think it was.
Yeah, they had made it, shortened it to like 10 days, and they had kind of done away with the one, or they were trying to do with the one after the spring. I'm not sure they'd even done that, but so much focus had gone into when and how you're going to do the transfer portal. Well, maybe you don't even need a transfer portal. A guy from Wisconsin named Xavier Lucas. Xavier Lucas,
yep.
Cornerback from Wisconsin, apparently wanted to enter the transfer portal but missed the window. And, Wisconsin said, no, you can't enter the portal, outside of the window. Well, he said, how about I just unenroll from Wisconsin and enroll in Miami? And the NCAA, quote, NCAA rules do not prevent a student athlete from unenrolling from an institution, enrolling at a new institution, and competing immediately, NCAA said, according to Ross Dellinger of Yahoo.com. So, take that now. How does what does this mean? Well, could an Ohio State player have transferred to Notre Dame before Monday night's championship game, or vice versa, and been immediately eligible?
I don't see why not.
Why not?
That's
the door that this opened.
Right. Not that the portal wasn't already a monster in itself, but I think this may have ended the whole thing. Because if you allow this one guy to do it, you can't not tell the other ones they can't do it. You got to have something. As we've been saying from day one for NIL and portal and all of it, there's got to be guardrails somewhere. If you just leave the doors open, what's stopping kids like you just said during the middle of the season? If not Jalen Hurts, who was Alabama's last quarterback?
Bryce Young?
No, this year's.
Oh.
Alabama's quarterback. Everybody's talking about.
Milroe.
If Milroe goes halfway through the season, has a bad game, and Alabama fans get on him so much, he goes, hell, y'all, I'll go to Auburn. And he just unrolls and plays at Auburn next week because who wouldn't take him in to get rid of Peyton Thorne? You know?
We can't allow that to happen.
No, you can't, but it's right now, it's open season.
At some point, we've seen common sense come back to the United States government.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to see common sense come back to college football.
That's true.
And it will happen. I just don't know how or when. But that you can't have guys going back and forth during the season. You can't do that.
Right. No, it's only going. It's just like the NFL. You got trade agreements and when they can move and when they cannot and stuff like that. And it's got to be somebody in the Congress has got to step in because NCAA can't rule anything anymore.
Now,
nobody cares what they say.
Obviously, it's still college football is still tied to school, even though everybody knows that's kind of a joke now.
Sure.
But you got to be enrolled in the school. So you can't just enroll in mid-semester.
Right.
Right?
Well,
because you got to be taking some classes, right?
Technically, that makes a little sense because you would want to at least enroll, because if you tried to enroll in the middle of the semester, feasibly an athlete or whoever it was wouldn't have enough time in that class to learn what all I learned in the first half that you missed because he would fail the classes.
Yeah.
Now, then again, who's going to school anymore anyway? So they may enroll halfway through the year, get the Cliff Notes, and somehow they got some grades.
I can honestly say I haven't heard. You used to hear all the time, well, this guy's got to get his grades up if he wants to play. I have not heard grades
at all
mentioned in the last probably 20 years.
I think this is the can of worms, and you can tell me when we come back what you think about it, but this is the can of worms I see it going down the road of. I see each university owning their own team, like Auburn being Auburn, and the school part doesn't matter. It does matter because they want you to be in school, but Auburn's going to own their team. Whatever money they bring in through the football games or whatever, that's how they're going to buy their team every year, and everybody's going to own their own. It's not going to be a free-for-all thing. You're going to be like employees of that university.
Yeah, that's probably where we're headed. Employee, employer, that's definitely where we're headed.
Correct.
No question. We'll take another break. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Thursday, right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State Games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State Games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit alagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Final segment on the show today. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. What was the thing you said you wanted to talk about in this segment? Did you mention that? I can't remember. I'm getting too old.
Yeah.
But we were talking about the transfer portal. But
yes. Well, yeah, we were talking about basically the ending of the portal and the possibility of Auburn actually owning their team and kids not going to school anymore and just being employees of the university.
Yeah. Not even being connected to the school at all.
Right.
You know, as far as academics.
Correct.
I mean,
could you see that?
Yes, I could see that for sure. But I would hate it because it wouldn't be. It's not college athletics then, right?
You take the collegiate part out of it.
It's just minor league football, and that I don't think anybody really wants it to head that way. I don't think.
Hugh Riley on our YouTube page said that one player came out and said he hadn't been to class since September.
I mean, well, as far as Ohio State and some of these, and Notre Dame, how could you go to class? You go in. I mean, you play and you go in jet setting all around, and some of these, Stanford and Cal and SMU and playing in the ACC,
Sure,
going all the way across the country, left and right.
Right.
I mean, how do you go to class?
They've created because of these conferences falling apart. They've created a monster for student athletes. Got an uphill battle even to make it on school. Because you literally have to take your books and read them while you're flying on the plane to keep up.
I guess you can do virtual because that's kind of the thing to do now. But
well, you still, even at that, you got to have the time to study for those virtual tests that they would have online and all that.
What's a long plane ride from California to Florida?
Oh, sure.
So,
you got Central Florida. You're playing in that ball game. Yeah. So that's the question on the table now, because this child has, or kid, you want to call him, has opened up the can of worms of, I can leave your school anytime I want by de-enrolling. Where does that go from here? Have we just created a monster that you can't put back in the box now?
Somebody's got their work cut out for them. Maybe we could put Elon Musk on this next.
He's enjoying cutting programs
Him and
these
Vivek,
days.
maybe they can figure it out. I don't know. Okay, it is January the 23rd. On this day, 1983, Bjorn Borg announced his retirement at age 26. He had won 11 Grand Slams, 5 Wimbledon, 6 French. And he retired. I think he got burned out, or he was. Obviously, the great, probably the best of his generation. But think about what he could have done, past this. But retiring at 26, Djokovic is. He might win his, I think, 25th Grand Slam if he can win Australian Open. He's like. He's almost 40. He's like 37, I think. So,
wow.
But my goodness, Bjorn Borg, 26 years old, says, I'm going to hang it up. That'd be nice. Just say,
Well, if it's not competitive to you like it was anymore, that's what,
Yeah. And on this day, 1984, I remember it well, Hulk Hogan defeats the Iron Sheik to win his first WWF heavyweight title.
Boy, wasn't that the days.
The world championship of the wrestling there. Yeah, I'm telling you. But, he broke the camel clutch from the Iron Sheik, his signature move. Broke out of it. And
and Vince Young was born.
And Hulkamania was born.
That's right.
Yeah, happy birthday today, William Morgan, born on this day, 1870. The man invented volleyball. PE teacher from New York.
I need to give him a pat on the back.
Invented volleyball. Randolph Scott, actor back in the early days or years and years ago, did a lot of Westerns as well. Born on this day, 1898. Gil Gerard, born on this day, 1943. Buck Rogers. Used to love that show. Aaron Gray, too. Fantastically beautiful. Rutger Hauer, he was in Batman Begins later in his career, but famous, I think, for what was the one with Harrison Ford?
Movie?
Yeah.
Fugitive?
No. A little bit before that.
Oh, okay.
I'll get to it in a minute. My goodness, my mind's going blank on me. Anita Pointer of the Pointer Sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, the Pointer Sisters.
Richard Dean Anderson, MacGyver.
Okay.
Yeah, MacGyver. Robin Zender, lead singer of Cheap Trick. I Want You to Want Me.
Okay.
Yeah. Mariska Hargitay, born on this day. Daughter, she's on the Law and Order SUV.
Okay.
Been on there for a long time. Daughter of Jane Mansfield. One of the, kind of the counterpart to Marilyn Monroe back in the day. Mariska Hargitay. Eric Metcalf played at Texas, went on to the NFL. Kind of a David Palmer type guy. Mark Wohlers, former closer of the Braves. Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Saved by the
Kelly
Bell.
from Saved by the Bell. Yeah, you know that one. Yeah, I'm sure. And Tito Ortiz, Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, so there you go. That's going to wrap it up for us today. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. He is Jim. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.